You forgot to make me my lunch. The wife should never slack off with her house chores. My ears hurt from his scorching scream. Huh? You forgot to make me my lunch, huh? The wife should never slack off with her house chores. Come again? You can hear what I'm saying. All I heard was, you forgot to make me my lunch. The wife should never slack off with her house chores. That's all I heard. But I didn't hear what you said after that. Well, that's all I had to say. Oh, okay. Well, so? And then what? You forgot to make me my lunch. And you forgot what we talked about, didn't you? My name is Lisa. And I live with my husband, Paul, and our 2 children. My 3-year-olds are too energetic every day. We are blessed with twins. I consider it a miracle that they both turned 3 years old with no problems. I was raising 2 mischievous kids, and as every day was very busy and hectic, I always felt like physically I was about to fall apart. Maybe that's why I don't really remember how I managed to raise them until they were 3 years old. However, once they began to understand the words, they began to understand what I was saying. And now we spend a lot of time playing together. And I gradually began to feel more relaxed about raising our kids. My husband, Paul, is a company employee, and Paul's family runs a cake shop in our town's shopping district. Recently, I have been helping out at the cake shop with our kids. I began helping out in the hope that it would be of some help to Paul's parents, but now I find it quite enjoyable. When I first started, I mostly served customers, but recently I have been put in charge of making custard pudding under the guidance of my parents-in-laws, Jane and Phil. I am quite enjoying it and addicted to this job, but my husband, Paul, has no interest in his own parents' cake shop. He is just not at all interested in baking and eating cakes. Hey, are you sure you don't want to take over your parents' cake shop? You're talking about that again? There's no way I can take over the shop now. I haven't even had any training. Oh, so you're saying that you're willing to take over the business if you can get some training? That's not what I meant. I'm not going to take over the shop, no matter what anyone says. Because there's no future to it. You know that, right? The number of people visiting the shopping district is decreasing year by year. And because of that, recently, there are stores which are closing for good. And when I think that if I'm the cake shop owner, that's just impossible and unimaginable. Why not? Because it's embarrassing. Why would a grown man like me have a cake shop? I don't want to do that. Well, it's true that there are stores which are closing for good. It is also true that the number of people in the shopping district is decreasing every year. I wonder if it's because of the large shopping mall which just recently opened nearby. But still, I think my parents-in-law's cake shop is doing quite well. Their weekday sales are not too bad, and especially their holiday sales are quite good. And above all, the cakes that Paul's parents make are very delicious. It is a shame to see that not many people get to have the taste of their delicious cakes. Even though I have thought about it a lot, the store will probably be gone someday, as there is no one to take it over. I felt very sad thinking about that. And my husband has zero interest in helping out his own parents at the cake shop. There is one place where Paul goes on his days off. Good morning. Are you going there again today? I call out to my husband, who has been rushing around in the morning getting ready for the day.
Oh, we're going for the big one today.
Well, he's in a good mood since this morning. Paul loves making bets through horse racing and boat racing. On his days off, he always goes to one or the other.
You. What? What's with that face?
What do you mean?
You're bringing down my morale. If I lose, it's all your fault.
Huh?
You know, you should just let me do what I want on my own day offs. I'm working full-time on weekdays to feed you and the kids.
If he says that, then I have 0 days off having to deal with the twins, though. It is true that my husband's earnings keep our family running. But when we first got married, I intended to continue my job. But that's when Paul said,
I'll work so hard that you won't have to put in all the hard work. You'll just have to take care of the family.
I believed his words and devoted myself to taking care of the house, giving birth to our kids, and even raising the twins on my own. How dare he talks to me about doing what he wants to do on his day offs? Well, it's true I do help my husband's family business because I like it. And I accept that I am tired in my own way. But the fact that my husband is putting all his energy and money into what he only likes to do, that's not funny. Saying what he wanted to say, Paul left the house happily. And I take the twins and head to my in-laws' house. Lisa, thank you for coming in today too. Lisa, you really help us out a lot. As you can see, my mother-in-law Jane is a very kind person. And I'm so happy to see our adorable grandchildren. My father-in-law Phil is a quiet man, but he is smiling right next to Jane. I really wonder if Paul is actually their son. Jane always expresses her gratitude, but not once has my husband expressed his gratitude to me ever. Aside from my husband, I love both Jane and Phil. In fact, I think both Jane and Phil wants my husband to take over their cake shop. I could feel their hopes and sentiment from time to time. It's already enough that Lisa became our family to be Paul's wife. I'm really grateful. Jane would say this from time to time as if she was telling herself that. And Jane is such an understanding person who listens to me very carefully. Oh, Lisa, I'm sorry that Paul is being so selfish. Oh no, it's okay. Please don't worry so much. You know, Lisa, Paul is my son, but you have also become our daughter. If there's anything Paul's not doing right or he's being unfair, and if you're having a hard time, you can always talk to me about it. Thank you very much. Jane says this to me, but I couldn't really complain about her own son. I am really happy that she calls me her daughter, but I guess it is not pleasant for her to hear me say bad things about her own son, who is still related by blood. Like this, my relationship with my in-laws are good, but my relationship with my husband is not so good. My dissatisfaction towards my husband gradually built up. And then came December, one of the busiest seasons that comes twice a year for the cake shop. My in-laws and I discussed about how to proceed with December, and we decided that I would stay over at their place this year to help prepare the cakes. Hey, it's before Christmas, but I want to come in and help your parents with their cake shop, so I'll be staying at their place.
Huh?
You see, December is their busiest season.
Yeah, so?
What do you mean, so? It's not that easy with just the two of them at the shop, right? If I go and help out, we can finish preparing to make the cakes earlier, and they can get some rest too.
Yeah, but why do you have to stay over? Why don't you just come back when you're finished for the day?
You've seen how hard it is during the busy season since you were a kid, right? I can help out early in the morning and stay late at night if I stay overnight.
No, that's fine, but that's something you can also do without having to stay the night over there.
Do you want me to take the kids and travel early in the morning and late at night? Of course, that's impossible.
Huh? They can already walk, though.
They can walk, but then what?
Listen.
My husband sighed deliberately.
What are you going to do about the house? Who's going to cook for my dinner?
How old are you now?
Huh?
I'm asking, how old are you?
Oh, yes, I'm 32.
A 32-year-old man worrying about his dinner?
No, I meant...
Speak up.
No, I'm fine. I'm sorry, I'll take care of it myself. You should go to my parents' place to help them out, Lisa, please.
Okay, I see. Well then, that's that. On the appointed day, I went over to Phil and Jane's house. It was a good decision to go to their house on that day. There was a large pre-order for the whole Christmas cake and more orders for custard pudding than usual. We finished up the work in the evening and went to sleep in preparation for a full day of work tomorrow. Then, the next day, we started preparing from sunrise. While the twins were sleeping, I was working silently. In no time, we noticed that it was getting lighter outside. When the twins woke up, I decided to pause the work and have breakfast. When we finished breakfast, the twins were unusually quiet as they watched us work. I wonder if they understood that we were busy. After watching us work for a while, they played quietly in the entrance hallway, which we could see from the kitchen. Then, when we were about to take a lunch break, my phone rang. I got a call from Paul.
Oh, I wonder what he wants.
Hello?
You forgot to make me my lunch. The wife should never slack off with her house chores.
My ears hurt from his scorching scream. Huh?
You forgot to make me my lunch, huh? The wife should never slack off with her house chores.
Come again?
You can hear what I'm saying.
All I heard was, you forgot to make me my lunch. The wife should never slack off with her house chores. That's all I heard. But I didn't hear what you said after that.
Well, that's all I had to say.
Oh, okay. So, and then what?
You forgot to make me my lunch.
And you forgot what we talked about, didn't you?
Do your chores properly.
Huh? Why are you tripping over your own words?
Just do your chores. Your chores.
Oh, honey. Somebody is there with you, right?
No one's here.
What a liar. If you're pretending to be that bossy, then there must be a girl nearby. To that, my husband began to cough. You know, I know you're an old man trying to show the young girls how cool you are, but it's not working at all. See ya later, you old man who is so full of himself. Saying that, I hung up the phone. Well, I can't really say anything because I'm an old lady too, but oh well. Oh, crap! I was so irritated at Paul that I forgot the most important thing. Paul's parents are currently right behind me. Oh no, I can't believe I did that in front of them. I turned around to face them while trembling with fear. Then, Jane began to laugh out loud. Oh, how satisfying! Huh? Yep, I knew it. You're a good wife, Lisa. I was always worried that Paul was always harassing or abusing you. But Lisa, you've got it completely under control. I'm pretty competitive, you see. Hey, Lisa, why don't you just get rid of him?
What?
You were already fed up of him, weren't you? I've been married to Phil for a long time, so I can understand.
Huh? Honey, that's a bit...
Oh, I didn't mean to cause any misunderstanding. I love you, Phil.
Oh, phew. I was so surprised. And well, me too.
Aw, they're so close. I looked at them both while thinking that. I can tell, you know, that it's only natural for the wife of Paul to be fed up with him. I
I told you before, right? He is indeed our son, but you are also our daughter. So I don't want to see you being pushed around by him anymore. You know that when you look at your own kids, don't you? They don't really miss Paul, do they? My mother-in-law said, looking at the twins who were playing with each other at a short distance away. I'm so grateful to have met some really understanding people, let alone my parents-in-law. My eyes were welling up with tears. Everything became clear to me now. I decided to let out my feelings for my husband that I had been keeping bottled up. That day, I went home and waited for Paul to return back home. When he came home a few hours later, he was looking around the room. Oh, where are the kids?
Your parents are looking after them.
Oh, I see.
I need to talk to you.
Is it about what happened today?
I have decided to divorce you.
Huh? What are you saying all of a sudden? Are you mad because of what happened today? I have a position to keep in the company, you can understand that, right?
Every little bit counts. Huh? I'm divorcing you because of all the little annoying things that piled up in me about you has exploded. I have put up with you not helping me with anything until now. I have accepted you when you pressured me to quit the company, but I'm just so fed up with your attitude about trying to show off to other people. So, I am divorcing you. I've already decided with that decision. My husband's face was twitching while he heard what I had to say.
Wait a minute. What about the kids? Don't you think it's pitiful that they're still that little and don't have a father if you divorce me?
Don't you think they don't want a father who's just there? They don't even come near you and you don't recognize who is who, right?
You better stop joking around. Who the hell do you think I am?
An old man just trying to show off.
It's not a good idea to joke around at a time like this.
I'm quite serious though.
Show me a photo of the twins. I'll guess it right. And if I guess right, we won't get divorced and you and I will stay married.
Alright then, fine.
Then, show me a photo of them.
Get a photo from your phone.
Huh?
The photo of the twins on your phone. My husband freezes. You don't even have it, do you? The photo of the twins.
That's just a coincidence.
You're just an unfit father. You haven't taken a single photo of them in 3 years, and that's your answer, right? Besides, I know you're hiding something from me.
Huh?
You are, aren't you?
What? How do you even know about that?
Of course! My friends are still working for the same company as you. Come on then, say it yourself.
If I say it, then will you reconsider the divorce?
Then no. No thank you. I'll say it myself. I heard that you were demoted and had your salary reduced for sexually harassing a new employee. You hide the truth and spend your days off at the horse races and boat races. What a great life you're living, huh? My kids don't want a father who was demoted for sexual harassment. Well then, call me when you sign the divorce papers.
I am so sorry.
My husband was on his knees crying, but I went through with it and left the house. Well, it also felt good that my knee hit my husband's head as I was leaving. When I returned to Jane and Phil's house, they welcomed me with a victory sign. And when I told them about Phil's sexual harassment incident, they were beyond stunned and filled with anger. When my husband followed me, Jane threw a holly ornament at him, telling him not to ever come back. Holly is to ward off evil at Christmas, you know. I love this part about Jane. After that, Paul seemed to be shocked by what was thrown at him, so he signed the divorce papers and put them in the mailbox. With this, my husband and I were divorced. My friends who know about this divorce incident have told me to get child support, but I haven't done so to this day. This is what I intended to do. I am going to raise my sons without getting any penny from him. I know him. Even if I claim for it, he's just going to argue back saying,
I raised them too.
I don't even want to get any help from that guy. And now, I am living with Phil and Jane.
and that's because I'm going into training. They said they want me to manage and take over the cake shop in the not-so-distant future. In order to respond to their wishes, I have asked them to help me raise the twins as I will undergo the training. Even now, my sons never once talk about their father and they are full of energy. My life is going to be fun from now on. I am glad that Lisa was able to get a divorce before the twins got hurt even more. I guess a bond can be built even if there is no blood connection. I hope everyone in the cake shop is smiling. Thank you for watching until the end. Please subscribe to our channel. We hope to see you in our next video.